Hi everyone, sorry I've not been around for a while. I've just been recovering from a jaw operation, which was delightful, but I'm now back and I watched Hijack while I was recuperating, and there was a really interesting analogy and I wanted to share it with you. So basically what they were saying on Hijack was that a normal flight path of a plane is sort of like a straight line. And when the flight operators, or whatever they're called, the main people there, are watching the plane, they know that the plane should stay on this route. And on Hijack it said that they now do this thing where if the plane's in distress and they can't communicate, they move it off the line a little bit so that the plane actually just moves just off the actual line on autopilot. So the autopilot is this line, and then when they're in trouble they move it so that they can say it's going off track. Now I was looking at this and I found it really interesting, because if this first line is us on autopilot and we're not paying any attention and we just think that we're going to our destination, so this might be a goal or an aim or wherever you want to be, that's autopilot. Now actually, if we're not aware of what's going on, say that this is the line, autopilot, and we want to reach a goal. So one of my goals in life is I want to be able to travel and work. So we say digital nomad. So I'm here at the minute. I'm the plane. I'm going on autopilot to here. If I'm on autopilot and that's just where I'm headed, not got, any plan in place, not monitoring where I'm going, not cognizant of the things that I need to do to get here, what's going to happen? And it sort of resonated with me really well, because life can just knock us off course. And if it knocks us off course by just a few, little millimeters down here, and we don't correct it, our goal's here, but actually we're navigating away from it. We're not navigating towards it. And that really struck a chord with me, because I was like, this is really interesting. And this is why planology and the psychology of planning is so important, because it's not about, all this tracking stuff and keeping ourselves to task and being too hard on ourselves. It's just checking in. So if I was to actually sort of review myself here and say, right, what have I been doing? That's put me this much away from actually where I want to be. And it might be I've been focusing on other stuff that's not going to get me here. It's actually moved me away from it. And then if I don't bring myself back, if we say that that's 3 months, if I don't know that things are off track here, when I get to 6 months here, look at the difference between actually where I want to be to get my goal and where I've drifted. So what am I going to do about that? So again, what have I been doing? What do I need to do to bring myself back? Now, if at these points, it could be 3, 6 months, 9, you could do it whatever you want, but we just need to be aware of what's going on. Because when you get here and say that this is 12 months, look at that. That's a big gap between where I wanted to be and where I actually am. So it really resonated with me and made me think about why am I monitoring and tracking? Not tracking because I don't track, but why are my goals and how I'm working towards them so important? Why every month do I write down what's important? And it's because of this. I don't want this. Because if I let that happen, I'm not going to reach my goal and where I want to be in life. And if I can figure out what these things are here that are knocking me off track, I can bring it back and make sure that I'm heading in the right direction. So that's how Hijack actually made me think more clearly about what I'm planning, why I'm planning, and how I'm going to get to where I want to be. I'd love it if you comment in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this, because I found this quite staggering to what it made me think about, and I'd just love to have your feedback on what you think about this. Can you see this happening to you? I would also love for you to subscribe to my newsletter. I will put the link in the notes for this video, and share it, help me out, get me out there. Let's get more people looking at this. I am working feverishly behind the scenes, trying to get the membership live. We're aiming for February. I didn't want to launch it in January. January is not the month to start planning the rest of your life. January is a hard month, so we're not putting extra pressure on ourselves, but we're going to start in February. I hope you join me. Sign up for my newsletter, sign up for the wait list. I'll put all the links in the show notes in the comments. And yeah, let me know what you think.